Hey guys, a couple of weeks ago we got this thing to fire up and run. This is my 1950 Buick Special two-door Sedanette. What do you think? Should we take a crack at it and see if we can get it to move under its own power? Thanks for watching. What do you think, guys? Should we see if the tires will take air? I think these all have tubes in them, but memory plays tricks after 20 years. We'll try this and see if it pumps up. I don't know that we want to go a whole lot more than that. These are pretty dated tires. Let me go around the car and I'll see if any of the other tires will take air. And I don't know if we can get it to do that much and to maybe run long enough to try the transmission. Maybe we can even make this thing move. Well, I almost caught the boom on the camera. I was just walking over here to grab it. 3 of the 4 tires took air. The one on the far side wouldn't take anything. And this side did take something, but I think the back side of the tire is rotten and the tube worked its way out and probably ruptured because it went kaboom. Regardless, I'm impressed that 2 of the 4 are holding air. Now for the $1,000,000 question, will the clutch work? This could be interesting. Let me get some stuff moved around here a little bit and we'll see if we can make this work. Well, it almost moves under its own power, and it looks like we got at least a couple of walked up brakes. I think the next step is going to be jacking this thing up in the air, getting my cinder block jack stands under it, get some wheels ripped off here, and see if I can free up some brakes. Are we surprised that the brakes are locked? I don't know about you, but I'm not. This is the shock, comes up onto this hanger here. And it even seems to kind of sort of work. Looks like we've got a couple of bolts holding the brake drum in place. But before we get too carried away, I think we need to give it a good whump or two with the sledgehammer and see if it'll break some of the rust free so that it'll spin. In the grand scheme of things, things don't look that bad under here, you know? Yeah, there's a bunch of repair that's going to have to happen, but oh, The exhaust system seems to work the way it's supposed to. We get this broken free, maybe the rear end will too. Well guys, that is being difficult. All that stuff down there, that came out of that drum when I was pounding on it, and that tells me that we're probably pretty heavily stuck. Honestly, the whole goal of this work session is to get the wheels off and get them into town for replacement. So I'm going to go and peel the other side off and get it sitting on a block, and then we'll get some decent, or more decent tires put on it, and we'll come back and revisit these brakes in a future work session. A little later in the video. Be seconds for you, but might be a few days for me. Hey guys! It's a couple days later. Let's get back to work on the 1950 Buick Special. So after spending a large number of hours wrenching on the rear wheels, trying to break those brakes free, getting one of them free, but the driver's side doesn't work, I noticed the parking brake pedal's on. So I think what we need to do is what I would call a Mortsky parking brake delete. Let me break out a grinder and we'll lop off those parking brake cables, and we'll see if we can get this wheel to free up. This is our parking brake cable. Goes into the back side of the drum here. I don't want to mess up any of the original drum stuff, but obviously the parking brake cable is going to be pretty much junk. Let's see if we can get the grinder to nip it out of there. Deleted. Whether that's going to be enough to get it to release or not, I don't know. Let me get the hydraulic jack and the pry bar, and we'll see if we can move the drum around here a little bit now. Let's see if this is going to do anything for us. I am going to say no. Let me grab the hammer and give it a few taps. We'll see if it makes any difference. But I've already pounded on it pretty good, and it hasn't freed up. But now that the cable's got a little bit of play, maybe it'll help us. I'm going to say that parking brake cable, where it goes into the back of the drum, is still seized up to the point where it's causing us problems. I got a couple more options to try. Let me set you guys out of the way, because you're right where I gotta be, and I'll see if I can make something help us out here. I got this whole kind of clamp down assembly off of there, trimmed the parking brake cable back as short as I could, and it is definitely loose in the back of the brake drum. I can stick my finger in there and feel it, and that is rotation. We're up against the fender at the back, but I think we are good. Now I think it's time to get some wheel back on here. I've got to tighten up the hardware that holds the drum in place, and then I'll bring the wheels that I've cleaned up over and put them on the car. Get it sitting on 4 wheels. Then we're going to see what's going to happen here. This could be interesting, guys. Done a little bit of thinking here, and I think what I'm going to do is fire the car up, running with the wheels off, put it in gear, let the clutch out, and just let everything kind of turn and make sure that it's working the way we expect it to. That way we're not in for any unexpected surprises when we got wheels on it. Let me make some setup changes here, and I think I might need to put a little bit more air in that front tire, and then I'll see if we can fire this up. I brought the 6-volt battery today. I got the 12-volt too if we need it, but I'd much rather use a 6-volt if we're going to be running at a tall. The coil is a 6-volt coil, and if we're feeding it 12 volts for very long, it's going to cook its insides. And while I do have another coil why ruin a perfectly good one if we can avoid it? You know, new old stock is probably better quality than anything we're going to get nowadays anyways. Let me get ready to fire this up and we'll see what it's going to do. We are hooked up. I pulled the battery hold down off of the battery tray over here, and I was able to set my different format 6-volt battery in. I don't have the ignition hooked up. When the ignition key or the ignition switch inside the cabin was in the run position, we got a spark when I hooked it up, and when I turned it to the off position, we didn't. And now that it's in the off position, when I hit the throttle that should engage the starter, nothing happens. So that is a good sign. Put down my seat cover. Oh boy. Amp gauge moves. How's that sound? Barbecue sauce. Okay, we'll give that a try. Clutch in. We're in gear. Now we'll see if it'll start. Oh, that idle's so nice. Well, good news, we've got oil pressure. The oil pressure was up over the N, normal range, when the engine was running. That's good news. According to this, we've got 3/4 of a tank of gas. Hopefully that's not the case. It's probably a combination of shellac and water. DC amps, I don't think it was charging. And put some more gas in it. Oil pressure. The clutch was out. Don't know if these wheels were turning or not. This side doesn't appear to have been. I think I need to do some more jacking around with these back wheels to get them freed up. Let me take a crack at that, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to try this thing again. I got the wheels to move a little bit, and I was able to get it to turn over in gear with the clutch all the way out. I don't know if the clutch was slipping or not, but... boy. Okay, I've worked the brakes a little bit. Let's give it a try and see if it's going to go. Oh boy. Ah, it is turning. How about the other side? That is not turning. I guess we're going to have to do a little more work on this side. And it even turns off by the key. Very good progress. Okay, let me continue working on that other side. We'll see if we can get it broken free. Obviously, I got to put a wheel on here. Ooh, we're getting close. I got the wheel on this side, and I got it down on the ground. Even went so far as to put the nice shiny hubcap back on. Let's fire it up and see if that other wheel's going to spin. It's not looking good. Oh, we're turning now. Let me get this wheel mounted up, and then we'll see if we can take this thing for a drive. Well guys, I gotta say, that thing rides nice. Considering one of the shocks in the back is disconnected. But it steers okay, runs pretty good till it runs out of gas, and it rides really nice. I took it for just a short little rip down the road. Don't want to let it get too hot. There's no coolant in it. We were starting to burn a little bit of oil off of the intake manifold, but that's okay. I think we're going to call this a success. I still got a few more things I want to do to it here before I shut down for the day. But wow, what a sweet rig. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you got this far, give me a thumb up. We're celebrating. This thing rides really nice. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe ring that bell icon so you get notified when I post new content. And we'll catch you guys in the next mess. Thanks a lot for watching.